everybody, my name is Sally-Ann Spence and welcome to the Hills Quarry Products dig site in Surneywick, where we have material from both the Jurassic and also from the Ice Age. And we've got students from over 20 universities taking part in this dig, as well as many international students coming in and various experts and professionals coming in, showing us how to use different technologies and all sorts of different things. And these videos are filmed live and raw and unedited, so you can enjoy the dig with us. With me now is Victor Carmona. Hello, Victor.
Hello, Sally.
Now, Victor, you have been here for how many days?
This is my third full day. Arrived Saturday during the evening.
Which is why you're still looking so clean and fresh, isn't it, I think?
Yeah, so far getting there. My boots are starting to get a little soiled.
This is a 3-week dig. We're in the final week and everybody's living in tents behind us in a big tented village. How are you finding it so far?
So far, so good. Weather is better than planned, but yeah, so far so good.
I've just seen that. I'm going to just very quickly, as I said, we are live. I'm just going to move your microphone up a little bit because that's just at the wrong angle. There we go. Right.
Awesome.
We've got a lot of wind around us. We've had one day off that we haven't been able to get in the quarry because it rained so much. And then yesterday we had the most horrendous winds going through, didn't we? And it's still windy today. So Victor, how did you hear about the dig?
I heard about it both from my university, as they put out an email saying that they were looking for volunteers for this dig site, but also heard about it from a couple friends, including some of which are currently on site. And I've only heard good things about this dig, so I was really looking forward to applying for here.
And is it living up to what you expected?
Just about, to be honest. There's a lot of very fascinating material, as you mentioned, both from the Jurassic, but what interests me a bit more is the more Ice Age Pleistocene material. Including some rather new species, especially for the UK. So
yeah, that's quite exciting.
That's what's gotten me quite excited about this dig.
Because what have you been studying at university?
So I finished my bachelor's in Palaeontology and Geology at Birmingham, with my dissertation focusing on Smilodons, so the saber-toothed tiger.
Oh, now this is something I think we ought to ask about, because this sounds absolutely fantastic. But first of all, we're going to look at what you have brought to show us. Now, everybody has to take part in lots of different camp duties. One of those is working the camera, and we have Emily again working our camera. Thank you, Emily. Can you bring that in and show everybody while Victor tells us what we're looking at?
So this was found, I believe, a couple days before I arrived on the site, and this is a wolf atlas vertebra. And the way that they know that this is a wolf and not, for example, hyena or cave lion that were present within the region is because of these two orifices here, as feliforms like hyenas and cats have these ones, but those aren't as distinct holes as they are in canids like wolves. So that is what makes this a rather distinguishable wolf vertebra as opposed to another potential carnivore.
Oh, that's absolutely fascinating. Well done. Thank you for that. And tell us, Smilodons, at what period in time, how many years ago were Smilodons really at their height?
So they lived mainly throughout the Americas during the Pleistocene, so same period that we are digging up currently, from close to the Paleopleistocene boundary all the way to about 11,000 years ago, when a lot of the megafauna went extinct.
Are they related to saber-toothed tigers? Because the saber-toothed cat is what everybody thinks about from.
So the saber-toothed tiger is also another common name for it, but another, almost at least to the paleontology world, there's another quite known specimen, which is Homotherium, which is another species of saber-toothed cat that lived all throughout Eurasia and a little bit in North America, which is, they have found material not too far away from this site, so that's why when they found this wolf vertebra, I was getting rather hopeful that we could find some more carnivore material, as a lot of the Pleistocene material has been mainly mammoths, horses, and other rather large herbivores.
Yeah, and they've got to have the predators there.
Well, I've been told that there were potentially presence of gnawing from cave hyenas on a couple of the bones. So all of these factors are getting me rather hopeful to find a little bit more actual carnivore material rather than just a single wolf vertebra. As amazing as this is, I would like to find hopefully a lot more.
I'm not surprised. I mean, we have at present we have our potential 3 predators, as you say, are the cave hyenas or spotted hyenas. There's the wolf and then Neanderthal, because we have tools from them.
Yes.
So that's pretty much it at the present.
Yes.
And as you said, we're lacking that whole ecosystem, basically. There's a lot more players in there. But what got you attracted then to the Smilodons and doing the work with them?
Well, animals as a whole have been kind of a very big interest of mine since as long as I couldn't remember. But cats in particular, with them being such apex predators that are quite different from things like canids, got me quite interested. But Machairodon, so the saber-toothed cats specifically, got me very interested because of their very distinguishable long canines, as that is not a very common feature. And that very specific adaptation to hunt megafauna that is no longer around, which is one of the reasons why they went extinct, got me very interested, because the shape and size of their saber teeth varies quite a lot. Because, for example, Smilodon has the longest canines, and funnily enough, its canines are also serrated. Whereas on the other hand, Homotherium that we have here in Europe, its canines are a bit thicker but a lot shorter. So
Right.
they served, even within the Machairodon groups, those canines served ever so slightly different purposes.
Okay. So how do they serve different purposes then, potentially?
Because the structure of the tooth can tell how much stress the tooth can handle. So for example, between a Homotherium and a Smilodon, the Smilodons are quite thin, so lateral stress will get them to break pretty easily, which is something that has been found a lot in something like the La Brea tar pits. Whereas Homotherium, they're a lot thicker and a lot shorter, which will allow them to grip onto the prey for a lot longer than, for example, a Smilodon.
Okay, because those teeth are very long. So does that make them potentially vulnerable then, as well? Because they're all, they're huge really for the skull.
For Homotherium, they don't exactly go past the jawbone, whereas for Smilodon they do. But for Smilodon, yes, they can be quite fragile, which is why there's been a lot of loose teeth that have been found, because they've broken off because of lateral stress and prey struggling.
Okay, so that would be a little bit of a problem then for them as a species group. Would it be
It
to
is.
that extent, or not really?
It is both a blessing and a curse, because their strategy, unlike modern felines, which is a choking hold with their round canines, they can have a choking hold and choke the prey out to death. Machairodons use these long canines, so instead of a choke hold, would bite essentially once, or potentially, if needed, another time, and puncture all of the arteries and the veins that are in the neck and let the prey bleed out to death, which is a strategy that is much more efficient when hunting megafauna, such as, for Homotherium especially, things like young mammoths or rhinoceros or horses.
Yeah, okay. And have we got any evidence of them hunting these species? I know at the tar pits you've got everybody sort of got in there following
Yes,
each other.
there's been some evidence. Homotherium is, I believe, one of the few confirmed Machairodons that has hunted mammoths.
Yeah.
We do also have a lot of evidence of it hunting horses and rhinos, which were seemingly its main prey.
So it had a turn of speed to it as well then in that case?
Yes.
Or was it an ambush predator?
Yes.
What do you think?
Cats are typically a lot more ambush predators.
Yeah.
But Homotherium had rather long limbs because it needed that, because obviously Eurasia was much colder than it is nowadays, which with a lot more snow, so it needed those long limbs to be able to traverse the snow. But even still, even within cats, it seems to have been able to run for longer than other cats, but that doesn't make it a pursuit predator. It still fits within cats of a rather ambush predator.
Okay. And so hopefully we might find something, potentially. We have only got a few days left, but you're saying
Hopefully,
that there
yes.
was evidence of one found within the area anyway.
Not too far away. I know from another friend of mine that went to this dig site that one of the dig sites that's very close by also found evidence of cave lion fossils. So felines present within the area are very much a possibility, and I would like to hope that I can find one before the dig is done.
Okay, well on that note, we better let you go then in that case, because you're right, we've
Yes.
only got a few days left. Keep watching our videos. We are updating constantly. As I said, we're filming live, very raw in the field. We have been rained off, but we're definitely back on now. The sun is out, it is windy, but it is not stopping the dig at all. So thank you so much for telling us about them, Victor. I can see
Sally,
you're
for
keen
having
to
me.
get out. You've only been here for a very short while. So keep watching these videos, and the hashtag is TuskForce.